All right, so I just got done seeing Bride, and where do I begin with this? Um, it's interesting how they have a character who has some sort of Tourette's, OCD symptoms of some sort. I'm not someone who can properly diagnose exactly what's going on, but it makes for a refreshing character. The way she is, the way that this Bride character just goes on and on and on. It's like I think I'm catching what she's saying most of the time as far as what she's trying to say, but the way she rattles on is quite something. So I think it's going to be weird for a lot of people, and I think it might turn a lot of people off the tone with not only the way her character acts, but the overall tone of the movie. I think, that might turn some people off. I thought it was interesting because, I thought it was well done. I felt like there was moments that it was almost kind of like a musical, and it was like, oh, this is what Joker 2 could have been, as far as the way it was trying to do like a musical. And I mean, there's just a couple of moments here and there. It's not like full-on song routines or anything like that. There's a lot of interesting things going on. Jake Gyllenhaal, I had no idea. I mean, it makes sense. It kind of makes sense that he's in it, but I did not know he was in it. But he was in. I mean, you can't really call a lot of these characters because he's not really a character, but he's in it and he plays a role. But I think that's part of the problem with this movie is there's not that many characters. It starts off good as far as getting into the tone of the movie and figuring out what you're in for, and seeing how things are kind of being set up. That's interesting. Then it's like, okay, well, I see that we're entering the second act here, but where is the movie going? It's like I get a gist of where it's trying to go a little bit. It's trying to do like this Bonnie and Clyde sort of deal, but it never commits to that. It barely touches upon it, and the point that the movie could commit, it could go into that direction and be really interesting. It goes into a complete weird direction, and it doesn't come from out of nowhere. The Bride's babbling on earlier in the movie, I wouldn't say sets anything up, but it's like, okay, well, I mean, it's not like this is coming from out of complete nowhere, but it's not even a subplot. It has nothing to do with the main plot, really, seemingly. I mean, you can say, well, yeah, it kind of does, but then again, what is going on, especially with like the scene that they get chased out of the movie theater and they go to this ball with Jake Gyllenhaal and everything. It's like there's like a montage of things happening after that just seems like it's totally out of place. Feels like it just came from out of nowhere and is in a movie for no reason at all. It felt like there's lots of things going on that just someone said, you got to put this in the movie or something like that. And the movie went from being a really good movie, a first act that was overall good. It could have worked on some characterization a little bit more, but overall it was good. But then it just slowly went downhill, and I mean, there was moments throughout that was good. I mean, like there's never a dull moment when you're visually looking at the movie. Most of the things that's happening is for the most part good, but then just it seems like every chance that they throw in something that makes you groan, and there's so many stupid decisions. It's like they try to introduce plot, and they try to be smart about it, and it's like, yeah, now you're kind of answering some questions about the first act and kind of tying things together, but it's over convoluted. and it's not interesting, and it comes off as stupid. Especially in the third act, it's like, wow, things are just wrapping up perfectly. This is just happening the exact way that it should be happening. Wow, this person followed that person and followed this person here, and what? And it was almost like there was part of a movie set in 2026, but then reset to 1936, but they forgot to make a lot of changes with the way lots of things were going down in this movie. By the end of it, the last 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, I was getting to the point where I was just like, now I just cannot wait for this to be over. Any chance that it had of being good enough for me to actually recommend at all was squandered. It was totally gone. The introduction of the two detectives, that's when the movie really started going downhill. There's things that's introduced, and I have no idea why they're introduced this way. I have no idea why we don't know more about characters. Why is Penelope Cruz a detective in Chicago? What is going on here? And then she's his secretary. Sounds like a joke to me, but is it not a joke? Is it what is? By the time you get to the very end, there's a line, and it's like the movie is slowly building up to this line, and it's a line that you're dreading to happen because you know it's coming. And people in my theater knew it was coming too, because when that line is said, someone literally belted out a laugh, and I felt like doing the same, because it was just like, please, movie, pay me off with a terrible closing line to tell me that the movie is definitely over, so I can be prepared to get out of here. I can start moving my chair down so that way I can get ready to get out of here. I'm only staying this far because I hoped that somehow it would start turning around, but it just never did. And finally the movie's over. I cannot recommend it. There's so much to like visually. There's lots of really great acting going on. But then once the movie tries to get started, it goes to hell big time. And if that's where Mary Shelley is in the movie, I don't know where her character is in the afterlife. But there was so much to like, but well, that's not what makes a movie good. It's what's on the script, and the script was god awful. I mean, there were so many good ideas in there, but then the execution of everything was, the more it went on, the worse it got. And I cannot even suggest this to even experience the quite interesting aspects of how things were edited and told, but its gimmick wears off quickly because there's no story to support the visual, stylized goings on of that first act. It just falls apart. So I don't know. Let me know if you actually went and saw it. I don't think it's going to do all that great in theaters. I had maybe 10, 15 people in my theater, which is not a good sign. And I guess that's what happens. And I guess some of those reviews out there, I see why some of them are saying, and I've seen like 2 headlines of stuff, but I don't know. I cannot recommend it, and hopefully I can soon see something that I can recommend. And there'll be at least 10 movies I can recommend before Sunday here when I come out with my top 10, and then of course my bottom 10 of the year. But until then, catch you on the next one.